Have you ever wondered why some countries break apart into brutal civil wars, all because of differences in ethnicity or tribe? It seems wild, right? You look at a map, see lines drawn up by politicians, but on the ground, it's way more complicated than that. So let's break it down. Ethnic civil wars happen when groups within a country, who see themselves as separate based on language, culture, or ancestry, end up fighting each other. And trust me, it's almost never about just hating each other. That's way too simple. A lot of these conflicts really start with history. For example, when colonial powers drew borders in Africa or the Middle East, they often forced very different groups into the same country. Imagine being told you're now part of a nation with your rivals, by people who barely know you. Not exactly a recipe for harmony. Then, there's power. Who gets to run the government? Who controls the money, the army, the schools? When one group dominates and another gets left out, resentment builds up fast. Think about Rwanda in the 1990s. Years of favoritism and exclusion exploded into one of the most horrific ethnic wars ever. But it's not always about violence right away. Sometimes, things simmer for decades, minorities asking for more rights or autonomy. If the government ignores them or cracks down, that's when things really go south. The Yugoslav wars in the 1990s? They didn't just happen overnight. They were years in the making, with politicians stoking fear and division. And here's the kicker. Outside countries often get involved, backing one side or another, either for resources, power, or just to mess with their rivals. That makes ethnic civil wars drag on even longer. It's easy to look at these wars and think, why can't people just get along? But if you dig deeper, you'll see a tangle of history, politics, and basic human needs. People want safety, respect, and a voice. When those things are denied, and when leaders exploit differences for their own gain, the results can be catastrophic. So next time you hear about an ethnic civil war, remember, it's not just ancient hatreds, and it's not inevitable. It's the result of choices, by leaders, by outsiders, and sometimes by all of us. Understanding how these conflicts start is the first step to stopping them. Thanks for listening.